Look, everyone keeps flying to the same 10 countries over and over again. Paris, Bali, New York, Tokyo, great places, sure. But the world is massive, and there are entire countries out there sitting nearly empty of tourists, waiting for someone to actually show up. Some of them got a bad reputation years ago and never shook it off. Others just never made it onto the radar. And a few are being skipped because of outdated warnings that honestly do not reflect reality anymore. Today, we are going through the countries tourists are avoiding, but really should not be. Albania, Europe's best-kept secret. Albania sits between Greece and Montenegro, yet most tourists skip it. That is surprising because the Albanian Riviera has crystal-clear beaches without the crowds or high prices. Up north, the accursed mountains offer stunning hikes that rival the Alps. The capital, Tirana, is lively, colorful, and full of great food and cafe culture. While its reputation comes from the 1990s, Albania today is safe, welcoming, and one of Europe's most underrated destinations. Iran, probably the most misunderstood country on this entire list. Most Westerners hear the name and immediately think of political tension. And yes, the geopolitical situation is complicated, but people who have actually traveled to Iran consistently describe it as one of the most extraordinary experiences of their lives, and the hospitality as unlike anything they have encountered anywhere else in the world. The history alone is enough reason to go. Iran is home to some of the oldest and most impressive civilizations on Earth. Persepolis, the ancient ceremonial capital of the Achaemenid Empire, is absolutely jaw-dropping. Isfahan has one of the greatest city squares in the entire world, Naqsh-e-Jahan Square, surrounded by stunning Islamic architecture that dates back to the 17th century. Shiraz is the city of poets and roses, with gardens and mosques that feel like walking into another century. The people are famously warm toward foreign visitors. Iranians are curious about outsiders, genuinely hospitable, and incredibly proud of their culture and history. Travelers regularly report being invited into strangers' homes for tea or dinner within hours of arriving. The food is incredible, the landscapes are diverse, from lush northern forests near the Caspian Sea to vast desert plains, and the cost of traveling there is very affordable. There are real logistical challenges, including limited banking access for many nationalities, and you do need to be aware of local laws and customs. But for travelers who do their homework and approach it with respect, Iran offers an experience that simply cannot be replicated anywhere else on Earth. Iraq. Ancient Mesopotamia is real, and you can visit it. Iraq is often seen through the lens of past conflicts, but the reality varies by region. The Kurdistan area, including Erbil, Suleimania, and Dohuk, is safe, stable, and welcoming, with Erbil home to one of the world's oldest continuously inhabited sites. Other parts, like Baghdad and southern cities, are becoming more accessible, offering incredible history like Babylon and the ancient city of Ur, the cradle of civilization. While travel still requires caution and planning, Iraq is slowly opening up and offers experiences few places on Earth can match. El Salvador, Central America's unexpected comeback story. El Salvador was once known for extreme violence, but in recent years, crime has dropped dramatically due to a major crackdown on gangs. Today, it is becoming a rising travel destination. The country offers stunning Pacific surf spots like El Tunco, ancient Mayan ruins like Joya de Serén, volcanic lakes, and rich local food like pupusas. Its small size makes it easy to explore in a few days. While travelers should still stay cautious, El Salvador is rapidly changing and feels like a destination on the rise. Ethiopia, Africa's most overlooked destination. Ethiopia is often overlooked, but it offers one of the most unique travel experiences in the world. Addis Ababa is a modern capital with museums like the one housing Lucy, one of the oldest human ancestors. Beyond the city, Lalabella's rock-hewn churches are a true wonder. The Simeon Mountains offer dramatic landscapes and rare wildlife, and the Danakil Depression looks like another planet. While some regions require caution, much of Ethiopia is accessible and incredibly rewarding for travelers seeking something different. Papua New Guinea, wild, remote, and completely unforgettable. Papua New Guinea is one of the most remote and challenging travel destinations, but also one of the most extraordinary. It is home to incredible biodiversity, including the famous bird of paradise, and over 800 languages with rich, diverse cultures. The highlands offer unique festivals and traditions, while places like Milne Bay provide world-class diving. Travel requires careful planning and often guided tours, but for adventurous travelers, Papua New Guinea delivers a truly unforgettable experience. Belarus, Soviet history frozen in time. Belarus is politically isolated, and travelers should consider current conditions before visiting, but from a cultural perspective, it is one of Europe's most unique destinations. Minsk stands out with its massive Soviet-era architecture, grand boulevards, and striking metro stations, offering a rare glimpse into 20th century history. Beyond the capital, places like the Białowieża forest provide untouched nature and rare wildlife, like the European bison. Colombia, the country that changed the story. Colombia might be the best example in the world of a country that completely transformed its image over the course of 2 decades. In the 1990s and early 2000s, Colombia was synonymous with cartel violence, kidnapping, and instability. Travel advisories were stark, and for good reason. But Colombia made a remarkable shift, and today it is one of the most vibrant, exciting, and genuinely welcoming travel destinations in all of Latin America. Cartagena is one of the most beautiful colonial cities in the entire Western Hemisphere, full of colorful buildings, cobblestone streets, and a Caribbean coast that is absolutely gorgeous. Medellin, once considered the most dangerous city in the world, is now celebrated as a model of urban transformation. It has incredible food, a thriving art scene, great nightlife, and a cable car system that connects the city's hillside neighborhoods in a way that is both innovative and visually spectacular. The coffee region, known as the Eje Cafetero, is lush and green and beautiful, with small towns surrounded by coffee farms and stunning mountain landscapes. Bogotá has world-class museums, particularly the Museo del Oro with its astonishing collection of pre-Columbian gold, and a restaurant scene that has put Colombian cuisine firmly on the global map. There are still parts of Colombia where caution is warranted, and travelers should always research current conditions at a regional level. But the Colombia that most people imagine in their heads, the one defined entirely by its darkest years, is not the Colombia that exists today. The people who still avoid it are missing out on one of the most rewarding travel experiences in South America. Here's the truth. Fear is a terrible travel agent. It keeps you in the same places, on the same tourist trails, surrounded by the same crowds, having essentially the same experience that millions of other people are having at the same time. The world is so much bigger and so much more interesting than the handful of destinations that dominate every travel magazine. None of this means you should throw caution to the wind. Research matters. Knowing current conditions matters. Respecting local laws and cultures matters. But so many of the countries people are avoiding right now are being avoided based on outdated information, secondhand fear, or a reputation that no longer reflects reality. If you have been waiting for a reason to step off the well-worn path, this is it. If this opened your eyes to somewhere new, hit that subscribe button because we've got a lot more of this coming. And drop a comment below. I want to know which country on this list surprised you the most.